Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with all of your request month, this is Milwaukee's best premium beer, made by Miller, as you can see. Got a big ass 24-ounce can. Contains no additives or preservatives. Look, they're trying to be like Rogue. And it's union made. A passion for quality shows in every beer we brew. It's about making something you can take pride in. Really? I mean, if you're born after the year like 1970, you know that this is called the Beast. See, I don't know if this is the regular Beast or if this is some kind of other one. Cause I never paid attention. Has it always said premium, or if there are separate beers like, you know, Schlitz and Schlitz Gusto. So, no idea. Gonna use the 1 liter beer boot so we get all in one pour. This was sent in the request by Dice-esque. That's a person that's been watching me pretty much since the beginning, so glad to see he requested a beer. Using the beer boot. Whoa, get a lot of foam here. Yep, classic macro lager color. I mean, pretty fizzy, looks like piss, lots of head on there, bright white. It's actually kind of frothy, more than soapy. Yeah, it smells, I mean, it doesn't smell skunky, but it just smells, it smells so cheap, you know? I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, it's like old, it smells like stale bread, you know. Maybe that's where a lot of these really cheap beers, maybe they're just like, they have all the stale grain that they couldn't use for the good beers, and they use them to make these beers. Yeah, it smells stale. There's actually kind of a sourness to it. I don't mean like a Belgian goose sour. I mean like a milk that's, you know, 3 weeks past due sour. Alright. I've had this beer like 15 years ago. I haven't had it since then, so let's see if the Beast is really something to be scared of. Cheers. Yeah, as is the case with a lot of these beers, they're more watery and neutral tasting than they are bland. If the absolute worst of the worst is the Bud Light and 𝓑𝓮𝓲𝓷, I mean, this is far and above beyond that. Kind of reminds me how a lot of the malt liquors taste. No hops, no bitterness, very clean, neutral tasting, very bland. A metallic taste in there. Stale, like I said with the nose, like stale bread, stale grain. It's kind of a sourness to it, and this is at fridge temp. Imagine how it's going to be once it warms up. Very, very thin. Finish is pretty clean. Like, you know, it's not leaving a nasty aftertaste or anything. Yeah, so far so good. I haven't done this in a while. Actually, I think I just did it last episode with the Steel Reserve. With a cheap pizza, I got a cheap beer, Little Caesars. So, I'm going to eat some of my crappy $5 pizza and suck this down, and we'll be back with my final thoughts. Cheers. Alright, final thoughts and grades for the Milwaukee's best. I just tried to do some research, and I couldn't tell if there was, if Milwaukee's best premium are the same beer. As far as I can tell, they are. I guess they just added premium recently. This was the only one I saw on the cooler at the beer store, so I'm guessing it's the same. I'm sure Ronald the Riot, who does Louisiana beer reviews, can explain in detail to me what the difference is, and I'm sure he'll also say how gourmet of a beer this is too. But yeah, it's pretty bad. It's not horrible. In fact, I wouldn't even call it like bad. I'd call it tolerable, because I can drink this. You can drink this if it's really cold, because it's mostly masking the crappiness of it, of the low quality of it. But I mean, you get no real flavor here. I mean, no hops, no bitterness, which is nice. Very clean, neutral taste until it starts to warm up and I start to get boiled corn and like cardboard. And like metal. Ugh. You know, fairly clean aftertaste. As it warms, you get a little bit of pastiness in the mouth. But as a thirst quencher, it's okay. I mean, it's not like it's thirst quenching because it's hot. It's thirst quenching because you're eating. You know, I'm eating cheap pizza with it. But I would never. I don't understand somebody who would just want to drink this just to drink beer. I mean, even for cheap lagers, there's so much better stuff out there. So I'm gonna be, you know, a tad generous and give this a 3 out of 10, which is tolerable. It's tolerable. I could drink it. You know, I've had worse, but there's really, you know, no reason to seek this out. I can understand why this got the nickname The Beast. So that was the first episode. Thanks to Dice-esque for requesting this one. It's actually one of the most requested beers I've ever had over the last 3 years, so now it's finally in the archive. So, thanks for watching this episode. I'll see you next time. Cheers.